I going to blend my course, supplement it, just put part of it online and just get my students to refer to it? Or do I want to create a truly 100% virtual experience online? So yeah, that's something to consider before I get to start my own Moodle. And that takes me to the point of how do I promote it if I want to promote it and get students to enroll? Um, what are the mechanisms? What are the techniques for promotion?
Promotion is difficult. Even Susan, that's the first thing she says. It's not easy. And we all know that. I mean, people who sell online know that it's not easy to promote their work, even though they're doing wonderful work. But how will people know about what I'm doing? I'm producing, whatever, artwork. How are people going to know about it? Social networks. That's what works these days, unless it's by word of mouth and you want to do it face to face. But online, and this is something that I provide for teachers as well, you can do it through Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, Pinterest, LinkedIn, emails. If you've got a list, Tumblr, which is a free blog, through Yahoo, and there are more. I think that that's the way it's generally done. You can do this for free, or you can pay. They're all, you can pay for Twitter through ads through Twitter, AdWords, and through Facebook. I'm not sure if Google Plus has it yet, but I think Pinterest has started with paid ads as well. So that seems to be the way to go. But I think word of mouth is probably the best way, or presentations such as this one. At conferences, you can also promote your courses, but generally your students are your best, I think they're your best promoters, because they know exactly what the course is about and they enjoyed it, and they could be your testimonials on how it was. I'll mute my mic.
Well, I guess you've covered most of the questions, Nellie. That something that would occur to somebody who's novice, somebody who's wondering about what Moodle is all about. Is it something for me to try out, get a free training and have a feel for it? Interestingly, I believe you have, a couple of, moderators, fellow I would say ex-trainees and now moderators who've been, well trained, and now they moderate their online courses, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Nevis and Tom, if I'm right. All right. And I wonder if any of them would like to share their personal experience with the whole, idea of training online, receiving Moodle training, how they evolved, what is that they actually do at the moment. That would help our members, just have a sense of purpose behind the whole thing of receiving that particular training, if you agree with me. Back.
Fine. Yeah, Nevis is okay. Let me know, because I don't even know what time it is where you are. I hope it's okay. I noticed that Ayat, um, Ayat mentioned something here about pedagogy, technology. Where is it? Oh, yeah, it's the pedagogy, not the technology. Yes, exactly, which is why when I mentioned support, it's not just the technical. I call it technical. I don't call it technology, really. I call it pedagogy and the tech support. I do provide pedagogy support because I think that's really important, as we all know, not just from one person, but sometimes it's good to get other people's opinions. by having them join the courses and see how things work and how they feel. What's good about Moodle and anything online, teaching online, is that you can always change things. You learn from interacting with your students, and you improve. And you can improve not only at the end of the course, but you improve throughout the course. You make changes as you go, because that's the flexibility of teaching online, which you can't have. Well, not really in a face-to-face. You're kind of stuck, and you have to go with it, you know, which is unfortunate. But I think teaching online also helps us as people. We become more flexible and more open to mistakes and allowing our students to make mistakes. We're less rigid after teaching online. There's a change. We really do transform. Okay, Nevis, I'm going to give you the mic here. If that's okay. I didn't see the okay there. Just mic. Okay, no problem. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I'm going to mute mine. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Maybe our voices will not echo. Okay, it's going through. Yeah, exactly. Pedagogical support, I think, is really, really important because it really provides teachers with, you know, with the confidence that they need. And let's face it, teachers are confident with their students, but they're not, I mean, face-to-face, but they need to transition and become confident with students online, which they may feel you know, uncomfortable at the beginning, but you know, you become confident very quickly. Okay, Nevis, you've got the mic, but I don't hear your voice.
Can you hear me, Dr. Nellie?
Yes, speak up. Good to hear you.
Good, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, I haven't used the Moodle.
I just want to, you made some really great points. I just want to say that face-to-face, you don't reach your students. If we think of one of the reasons why it's a good idea to come online, but online, you are with them one-on-one. It doesn't matter how many students you have. You can have thousands of students, and I have had thousands of students, but you will reach each one of them because it's actually individualized learning with a lot of students in class, but they're not really, they're there when they come and go. They're not all there at the same time, and even if they're there at the same time, it makes no difference. And you can bring everything else, as Neva says, with you. You can bring Google Drive is right there in the Moodle, and WizIQ is there, and Skype is there. There's a Skype activity. You can see it right here. So Skype is there. You can schedule meetings with your students. They can read aloud, so they can practice reading and listen to a voice. There's so many things here. There's games and chats and choices, and there are also student I just want to keep their work there, their individual work. So it's project-based, and it's social learning. That's what Moodle is all about. It's about learning together. It's not that great for tutoring, even though you can do tutoring with it, but it loses its you know, its value as a social socially engaging platform. So I think that's it. I don't know, time-wise, I think we've gone over the time, so I'm going to stop my mic and let you continue here, and then maybe there's some questions. I don't know. So Hala, take over.
Nellie, thank you very much. That has been an amazing experience, really, being able to reach you virtually across the world and getting this amazing kind of experience, listening to your enthusiasm about training teachers and empowering them to use Moodle for online learning and teaching. I would like to thank you and everybody in the room before I just leave the floor to anyone who would like to ask any further questions. I know this is getting late for some people. So first, let me thank our guest speaker, Nellie Deutsch, for dedicating the time and effort to prepare this interview and just give us that wealth of information about Moodle, a platform, and how to receive training and what does it take to become, a Moodle trainee, and then later on a Moodle trainer, maybe a moderator, and the kind of support you receive. That's good to know, so people would be ready to go and feel like they're going to receive support along the way. Let me thank my fellow friend and colleague, Ayat Al-Tawil from Egypt. Let me thank Nevis, who's shared her personal experience and telling us how she's evolved now into using the tool proactively. I have Michelle and Ella and Torita, if I'm not mistaken, as our participants in this session. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for the patience and for joining us. And I'll be, more than happy to pass on the mic if you happen to have any questions, further questions or comments before we sign off. Back to you.
I don't see any questions unless I miss one. So I want to thank everyone for joining us, and thank you to Hanaa and to Ayat for coming up with this idea, something that I had planned to do for a long time, never got around to it. So thank you for beating me to it. I'm afraid my Camtasia crashed at the beginning for some reason, so I'm going to have to record this from WizIQ. So my apologies, and thank you. Question from Michelle. Sorry, Michelle, I just noticed it now about the Moodle versions. The practice is, as a manager of a Moodle site, is on Moodle 3.2, which is the latest Moodle, and Moodle for Teachers is 3.1, which is the more stable one. 3.2 is the latest. There are lots of problems with it right now, but I'm testing it out, and you will be using it for MM10, Moodle MOOC 10 in May. Hopefully by May it should be more stable. So thank you, Michelle, for asking. I don't see any other questions. If I missed something, if you could ask it again.